Welcome back to another video. Today we are doing a leek and potato soup. It's a chunky leek and potato soup. It's sort of the French version, which is called a potage. So we've got 4 leeks and around 500 grams of any type of potato. To start off with, what you want to do is the dark part of the leek at the top, you'll thinly slice the top part. And then the main part of the leek you'll be boiling down will be the bottom part and the top part. So you chop off the nice little bit in the middle. And leave to the side. So then with your remaining leftover leek, you don't have to be too pretty with it, just chop straight through it all. Oh, I need a bigger chopping board. So now that part of the leek's chopped, we'll wash these extra green parts because they're the ones that will get added to your soup later to keep it green. So I'll just give these a quick wash now. The green part, chuck to the side. So give these two a good wash as well. Then the next part, these parts of the leek are going to be your chunks in your soup. So you'll find your nicely cubed chunks. All I do for this is straight in half, and then you'll just cut some strips. Like so. And then some nice cubes. And do that with all of your leek there. Right, now all these leeks finely cubed. Some are bigger than others. It doesn't really matter. It's for home. If I was in the restaurant and I was making it, I'd try and make them a bit more even. But at home, it doesn't really matter. Give them a good wash. Right, now the next part's of potatoes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the 2 biggish pieces of potato. They're going to be for my potato chunks to go chunky in the soup. All of these little bits of potato, I'm just going to slice through. And then for your potato chunks, you want your potato chunks to be roughly the same size as your cubes of leek. Take some nice thin slices, and then like you did with the leek, nice thin strips. There we go, we got our diced potato chunks done for the soup as well. What I'll do is I'll just cover them slightly in water so they don't go brown while we're waiting to actually cook the soup. Right, so what else we'll need for the soup? You can use any milk. I'm using skimmed just because it's a lower calorie. So I'll measure out my milk ready. Want to do a litre of milk. Right, so I've got my litre of milk, and that's pretty much all the ingredients for the soup. A lot of people overcomplicate soups and add loads of like onions, garlic. All my soups, it's mainly just a couple of ingredients, and I'll let the ingredients sing for themselves. Any soup can be nice, it's just how you season the soup which makes it tasty. So I'll cut across to the cooking stage now. So I've had my pan preheating for about 5 minutes or so to get some nice bit of heat in the bottom of the pan. We'll hit it with just 10 sprays of oil. Then we'll add our leeks that we roughly chopped. Give them a good stir, sweat them down slightly. You want to try and not get any colour on the leeks whatsoever. You just want them to sweat down nicely. My roughly chopped potatoes, the ones that are going to be used just to thicken the soup. Stir them through. Let that come to the boil now, and as soon as it's boiling, you can always add water a bit later on, but just make sure you keep stirring it because you don't want any of the potatoes or leeks to stick to the bottom and catch, because otherwise your soup will either taste burnt or be ruined essentially, or the colour won't be very nice, and it won't taste too good. But you can boil this pretty much as you want, because we saved them dark bit of leeks behind to give the soup the colour. So I'm just going to leave this to boil now until everything's soft, and then I'll show you what we do next. Right, now the potatoes are pretty much soft, the leeks are soft, it's boiled down for about 15 minutes. stirring it every now and then just to make sure nothing's sticking to the bottom, because milk can catch quite easy, especially if you're using semi-skimmed or whole milk. Skimmed milk isn't as bad. So when it gets to this point, the leeks are all soft. They've lost a bit of colour because they've been boiled quite rapidly. So this is where the darker leeks I told you to save behind earlier come in. So you put them in the milk, give it a good stir, and you'll let it boil for another 2 minutes or so, just until they're just about soft. Because of this dark green, the heat of it will lock in all the chlorophyll of the green part of the leek, so you should get a nice coloured soup once you blend it. So I'll add these now. Right, so that's been boiled more than enough now. It's had a couple of minutes. Want to keep the leek soft but as green as possible. So I'll take this over to my work surface, and we'll give it a blend. So the mix has been taken off the heat. It's ready to be blended now at this stage. So I'll give it a good blend. Right, so at this stage it's fairly thick. The idea of the chunky soup, it's supposed to be a slightly thinner of a broth. So I'll add a little touch of boiling water just to loosen it up a little bit. So at this stage now, in the kitchen, if you was doing it professionally, you'd have a better blender, so it would blend a lot smoother. They'd normally strain it through a sieve, and then add the water after that, just to get the right consistency. But then when it gets to this stage, all we do is all them nice bits of leek we chopped earlier, add them to the mix. And then the potatoes that we kept in water that are nice and neatly cubed, add them in as well. Like so. Give them a good stir through. Like so. And then what we'll do is I'll transfer back to the stove now, and I'll finish off the soup. So we're back on the stove now. I've got it on a slightly lower of a heat because you just want it to soften up the potatoes and the leek chunks without the bottom sticking. Because the soup's thick now, it'll stick a lot easier to the bottom of the pan. Obviously you can see it's a lovely like pale green colour. That's the sort of colour you want it. You can go out sometimes and eat, and you can order a leek and potato soup and it'll come out looking grey and miserable. So yeah, just a nice light green colour. And then all I'll do is simmer this away now until the potatoes are soft. As soon as the potatoes are soft, the leeks will definitely be. And then we'll get round to season it, and I'll serve up a portion. Right, all the potatoes not fully soft. They've still got a bite to them, but because the liquid's hot, you'll leave it to cool down at room temperature, and the potatoes will finish cooking anyway. So we'll season it up now. Now it's off the heat. So I'll just pull my camera back a little bit so you can see. Right. So all we do to season this one: plenty of salt, normally use ground white pepper, mix it with a little bit of milk and then pour it through, but plenty of pepper in a leek and potato soup. Start off with that amount of pepper. Give that a good mix through. For a quick taste. Needs more salt still. It's quite surprising how much salt this soup needs. Slightly more pepper. That should do nicely. So I'll serve up a nice portion of the soup now for you. And there we go. Nice portion of chunky leek and potato soup. Lovely broth. It's not crazy flavour. It's a really subtle one. But the main trick to it is making sure you've seasoned it well enough. It's great for a lunchtime in the summer, or slightly bigger portion in the evening and have it for your tea. But yeah, if you like this video and you've tried it, leave a comment, like and subscribe. Thank you.